Hey, it's Nathan Selove from Oakcroft Films with another edition of Autism Actually Speaking. So this week we have actually an older request about something that's very difficult for Aspies: managing anxiety. So as many of you probably know, when it comes to autistics and Aspies, the more anxiety they feel in a certain situation, the more likely they are to act more autistic in that certain situation. So this is mainly caused by more sensitive sensory receptors within the brain, so I'd like to just give a few tips about how I manage my anxiety in public. Now, for those of you that know me or have kept up with this series, you'll probably have guessed that my biggest method of dealing with anxiety would be my service dog, Sylvia. I'm not really going to go into that too much in this video because I already talked about it a lot in my Autism Actually Speaking about service dogs, but just know that you should keep that option open to you. Say if you're going home after a situation that gives you a lot of anxiety, it's nice to have a pet to go to and to pet and to use to help calm you down. Now I'm going to start out by giving tips for when you know you're going to go into a situation where it might have high anxiety levels, so you have some preparation. Now, first off, if you're going to be going into a potentially stressful situation and you have friends or family or people that you know with you, you should explain to them that this might be a stressful situation and that you might have high anxiety levels within that situation, and explain to them how they can best help you out if those anxiety levels become unmanageable. For instance, if you need to, say, be taken out of there or be blocked off from the crowd or have people kept away from you. For example, a few years ago, I was going into Old Town Winchester to celebrate New Year's with my friends Taylor and Michael, who you've probably seen on this channel before, and they know me pretty well. And when I was telling them that the crowd was getting too much and all of the noises was getting too much, they knew to get me out of there, and they were able to comfort me until I was able to calm down. So try to have people with you that know that about you. My next tip would be to make sure that you have a way out. Like if you're going to a mall or a dance or whatever, know where the exits are so that you can go to a place that's less stressful and calm down if you're having high anxiety levels. Now obviously you probably don't have blueprints to every building you're ever going to visit, but as you enter, make sure to be aware of where that entrance is, so you know where to exit should the need arise. My next tip would be to manage your diet. If you know that you're going to be going into a stressful situation, then try not to eat a lot of carbs or sugars, because that can lead to a crash, which will heighten your anxiety levels. Try to eat more proteins or fats or something that'll last you longer. Also, never under any circumstances go into a stressful situation on an empty stomach. For me, being hungry can turn a kind of irritating situation into a complete Aspie meltdown like that. Now, you can't always predict your anxiety levels, and you can't always know when you're about to be in a stressful situation. So when one sneaks up on you, I would recommend having pre-prepared plans that involve your special interest. For example, my special interest being film, sometimes when I'm in a situation where something stressful has just been pushed onto me and I had no time to prepare for it, my special interest being film, I'll look around me and try to plan out film shots as if I were about to do a shoot there. So come up with something that involves your own special interest. Now, if you have your own methods of dealing with stress or anxiety that you think might benefit other people, then please feel free to comment. Now, one big tip that I have for when you're ever experiencing high levels of anxiety is never make rash decisions. Trust me, your head won't be thinking straight when you're stressed out or when you're having high anxiety levels, and you probably will regret that decision. Now, there always will be issues managing anxiety, but it won't always be unbearable, and you will get better at it. If you have any questions or topics you like addressed, please leave them in the comments below, or message me on my Facebook, also linked below. And remember, if your girlfriend has to specify when she wants you to tell the truth and when she doesn't, you might be autistic.